is ranked this low?
Well, it doesn't concern me at all, Skip, and I do believe that he's ranked too low. There's no way, I don't believe there are 10 point guards better than Russell Westbrook currently playing in the NBA. And it doesn't matter how he's viewed by outsiders. It only matters how he's viewed by LeBron and AD. And clearly they thought enough of him to want to play with him. So that's first and foremost. Skip, yes, Russell has flaws. I think most of these guys have flaws. But playing hard, giving you all that effort every night is not one of the reasons. Leading the NBA, I mean, he can say something that nobody else on this list can say other than maybe Chris Paul, that they've led the NBA in assists. And he's done that, what, 4 times now? So for me, Skip, look, how he's viewed around the league, I'm not going to even debate, you know, the top 2 or 3. I mean, Steph, Dame, Kyrie. Okay, now Kyrie's a point guard as opposed to James Harden, because I could have swore Kyrie said James Harden is the point guard, I'm the 2 guard. For some reason, they view him as, and so whatever. But there's no way there are nine other point guards in the NBA, Skip, better than Russell Westbrook. I'm just not buying it.
Okay, I want to be clear about this and get this back on the record before I launch.
Okay.
You were saying that your view of this move was to get LeBron off the ball more. So you were validating that Russell Westbrook is going to be the point guard for your Lakers, correct?
I think LeBron will be off the ball more this year than probably any time in his career.
In his career. That's a bold statement.
Yes.
Okay, in his career.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to consider Russell Westbrook then the starting point guard for your Los Angeles Lakers, right? Okay, I want our viewers to let this sink in. This poll, this ranking, it's not a poll, it's a ranking. This ranking has Russell Westbrook all the way down at 10th.
Yes.
After Russell Westbrook has led this league in assists 3 of the last 4 years.
Right.
And last year in Washington, he had his career high 11.7 assists per game.
Per game.
So every game that he played last year, he averaged almost 12 assists a game.
Yes.
Think about that. That led the NBA.
Right.
3 of the last 4 years, he has led the NBA, yet this ranking says, yeah, but he's only the 10th best. I buy this ranking. I would take Ben Simmons as my distributor over Russell Westbrook, just in initiating my offense, because Ben Simmons has a better feel for playing basketball, for distributing, than Russell Westbrook does. Taking nothing away from Russell's overall impact, because he is a slam dunk Hall of Famer. We agree on that.
Let me ask you a question. If I took Joel Embiid away from the Sixers and Ben Simmons is the guy that's leading, Ben Simmons taking them to the playoffs?
Okay, but we're talking about Ben as the initiator of the offense, right?
But I've seen Russell Westbrook take less teams to the playoffs.
Okay, and done what?
No, he just, I mean, the mere fact that he got, I mean, I never thought Russ was going to win a championship without KD.
Guess what Russ's overall playoff record in all the games he's played in?
Yes.
He is now 55 and 56.
Okay.
He is 1 game under 500 in the playoffs.
Yes.
That's not great. It's not all his fault, but it's not great.
Right.
And he has played with some pretty great players in his day, right? There have been times when he got left for dead, so to speak, in Oklahoma City by Kevin. Okay, so we get all that. But he's a career 8.5 assists over 13 seasons, yet he's ranked below Ben Simmons, 10th to 9th for Ben. Right. Ben Simmons has the gift of passing, and we saw it at LSU that first. He's not splashy, flashy as a passer. There's nothing spectacular about it. He just has a knack, a feel for the bounce pass. It's not going to go behind the back or between the legs. He's just going to make the right play.
Right.
Russ, especially in tight games down the stretch, still has bull in China shop mentality of see rim, attack rim, because he says, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to run through that brick wall over there to victory, which is not always the best way.
But your guy won't even go in the China shop. At least my guy's a bull in China shop going wreck stuff. Ben Simmons, he won't even go in the China shop.
Well, I don't know.
I know. Well, he became unplayable.
He's averaged 8 rebounds.
What did the coach say? What did the coach say about Ben Simmons?
I'm just talking about distributing, passing the basketball. Ben Simmons is a better passer, more natural, gifted passer than Russell Westbrook.
I mean, the guy averaged 11.5 assists, averaged 8.5 for a career. I can't tell.
Okay, well, I'm just saying the stats lie.
No, they don't lie.
Yes, they do. And Dwight Howard, at his welcome to L.A. press conference that he had a couple of weeks back, he talked about how Russell Westbrook is underappreciated.
Yes, yes. Underappreciated by you and a lot of other people.
Really?
Yes, he has his flaws, Skip. Yes, he's flawed in a lot of ways. But let's not pretend he's a guy. He's not just a guy. He's not.
Was Russell Westbrook ultimately underappreciated by Kevin Durant? Big no on that, because Kevin Durant finally decided after 9 years with him, I can't win with that guy as my primary decision maker. I'm out of here. I will join forces. I don't care what any of you, I don't care what Shannon Sharp says about me. I don't care if the internet just condemns me.
Right.
I'm going to Golden State because I fit in, because they know how to play basketball.
Right.
They know how to move the basketball, and they don't play selfish basketball. And I don't have to worry about what Steph and Clay and Draymond are going to do, because they get it. Russ just doesn't get it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The best player on the planet should be able to overcome that. That's what you told me about LeBron when he was unable to win titles. As the best player, he should overcome those flaws.
Here's where the game is rigged for the point guard. As you know, somebody gets to dribble the ball up the floor.
Yes.
How did Draymond and Kevin fall apart in Golden State?
Yes.
It was over who's going to get to dribble the ball up the floor. Remember that?
Right.
Kevin saying, "Give it to me, let me dribble it up the floor." And Draymond said, I got this. I just got the rebound. I'm more of the distributor than you are. And here we went.
Right.
And you know what happened to that?
Yeah.
Okay. But the point was that Kevin felt completely handicapped. He felt almost like a prisoner of Russell's initial decision, because every time Russ is going to dribble the ball up the floor, well, then there's one decision that's going to get made immediately. I'm going to shoot it, or I'm going to let you shoot it, right? Mm-hmm. For the most part. Did they have some other play? Yeah, they did. But most of the shots are going to be shared by those two.
Right.
And where I went crazy, and Kevin went off on me at that, there was 1 year in Oklahoma City fairly early when Russell for the whole season took more shots than Kevin Durant. And I'm saying, these two, you can't do that to him. You're a terrible shooter, and he's an all-time great shooter.
Let me ask you a question. If the OKC Thunder had paid that extra $4 million a year to James Harden, do you believe they could have won a title with Harden, Westbrook, and KD?
Well, okay, now let's go to James Harden. He tried 1 year of his buddy from way back to AAU days in Southern California.
No, I'm not talking about just the two of them. I'm talking about all three of them.
But remember, James tried it just with the two of them.
Yes.
And James, after 1 year, said, I can't take it. I need out of here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he rejected Russell also, and then Russell rejected James. And
then guess what, Skip? He realized that he couldn't do it. So he realized, you know what? It's not Russ. It's not Chris Paul. I can't win a championship in Houston because guess what? He showed up and he didn't want to be in Houston anymore.
The answer to your question about the baby Thunder, would Russell ever have allowed James Harden to play point, to bring the ball up the floor? Because, listen, James blew me off my chair this year, watching game after game. You want to talk about being able to distribute the basketball?
Oh, there was never doubt that I didn't think he could distribute the ball because he's led the NBA in assists. The question is, Skip, was he going to allow James Harden to flourish and take the shots? Would there have been enough shots to go around? Because I think as they've gotten older, they understand what it takes to play. But I think as a young, you're trying to make a name for yourself. You're not as willing to share as you are, as we are here. We are year 13, year 14. I think KD's in year 15.
Okay, so those three young players, it might have taken 3 or 4 more years, but if they had stayed together, they'd have enough scar tissue that at some point they'd all have one of those meetings like LeBron had with AD and Russ, and just say, what are we doing? Somebody's got to sacrifice here if we're ever going to get to the promised land, right? Maybe they could have. Maybe KD would have been enough of a leader at that point to talk enough sense into both of them that this is how we have to do this. But I wouldn't have liked my odds for the first 2 or 3 years.
Let's not pretend that Russ didn't get the Wizards to the playoff because Bradley Beal was hurt a lot this year.
He did.
He did that.
I got it. He's must see. I think I've watched 2/3 of the Wizards games this year just because I want to watch him. Nobody plays harder on one end of the floor than Russell Westbrook has played. He averages triple-double. He's done it, what now? We're up to 4 out of 5 years. He's averaged a triple-double. That's impossibly great, but it's solo act great. It doesn't ultimately contribute to winning big playoff games.
It will now.
Well, okay, LeBron is going to have to take back over the reins at crucial points in the game where he says, no, I got this. And Russ is going to have to say, okay, I defer. I back off. It's not in his nature to defer, back off, because I've never seen him do that before.
You want to win, right?
Okay, well, does he?
Yeah.
Does he want to star or win?
We want to win.
Now he's on the biggest stage he's ever been on, and the stage he dreamed of being on, and he wants to own that stage. I don't